Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of OrthoLite's Meet the Team content series. I'm very excited to introduce Fabio Zanotto to you today, who is our brand ambassador for Europe. Welcome to the show. It is awesome to have you here today.
Hi, Kristen.
Thank you so much for joining us. So I understand that you're based in a beautiful part of Italy. We're going to get into that, and we're going to talk about other things that you do outside of your day job with OrthoLite. But I'd love to really start our conversation to just ask you a little bit about highlights from your career, and then how you ended up joining our sales team.
Well, I'm 20 years experience in the shoe business. I started as a designer, then development, trading, and I got in touch with OrthoLite while doing some of my projects, and while developing shoes. I like the material, so I started to get in touch with the company, and talking. At the end, I enter in the sales business that actually is not really a sale, but more consulting for the other brands.
Yeah, and every single one of your colleagues has talked about it the same way. And I'm actually personally, very grateful that we don't have to be overly salesy, especially during a time when I think our footwear customers need us to be more service minded than ever before, because things continue to change so much out there in the industry. So I understand that you love to work with everything from dress brands to technical brands. And when you were a designer, did you work on a wide range of footwear, or were you more athletic and outdoor oriented? Give us a little bit of background on your design career.
Yeah, actually, I'm from Montebelluna, that is a shoe district based in the northeast of Italy. And here everybody's talking about innovation, sport, design, and so on and so forth. So in this town, I moved my first step. And then I started to grow after learning more about technical. I wanted to experience also the handcraft. So I moved on the luxury sector, still designing, then developing the product. And I tried to create a kind of wide knowledge of the shoe business in total, from the design, then the development.
So that's awesome to hear and learn that you're from the Montebelluna region of Italy. Can you talk with us a little bit about what it's like to be from there, and what is it like to have like a shoe mecca right there in northern Italy?
Well, this is a very small town. We are about less than 30,000 people. And in the past, it was a kind of crossroads connecting people coming from the mountains and people from
the city, like Milan, south,
like from the city, from the small cities. There were big markets. So one of the needs of the people in the mountain was having boots. So Montebelluna started developing boots, and they created this kind of greater background in the shoe industry that everybody's involved in a small or bigger part in shoes. So it was natural for me growing here to be part of the system. And since when I was 14, I started sketching shoes, but I was not thinking about to be involved in the design or the shoe industry. It comes naturally because after studying university, I say I prefer keep sketching, and I made this kind of progress and in my design skills, and everything moved forward. I showed my first portfolio to companies, and everything moved
together
more in a professional way.
That's awesome. So you don't have like your family is from like a footwear design or footwear manufacturing being located there?
No.
Awesome. So you're a first generation.
Factor. So I'm the first in the.
That's awesome. So I haven't been to Montebelluna, but I've been in that region, just having worked with Scarpa over the years. And I understand like Loa and Garmont and La Sportiva and Scarpa are kind of outside of Montebelluna, but they're all very close, right?
Well, even if they are far away from Montebelluna, they always have something connection inside. That could be design, some sample rooms, and all the facilities, because the innovation starts from here. But we are not having just outdoor brands here, because also Nike has an headquarters here for soccer boots. In the past, we have Adidas. So many important patents that use the big brands have been developed here.
Yep.
So it's If in the past was just a manufacture area, then it evolved to be more innovation related city.
That's awesome. I love to hear that. And that innovation, I think, is what really drives you to enjoy the work that you do with your customers, because ultimately you're helping to guide them through the process of developing the shoe conceptually all the way to manufacturing. And I know that that can be a long process. So you probably work a lot with your brands,
Yes.
probably in and out of the whole production process. Is that right?
Correct. In fact, working with OrthoLite allows me to get in touch with all the brands and suggest that the best solution to improve the comfort of the shoes.
Mhm.
OrthoLite is a very innovative company, and the product is always updated with the needs of the customer. Working with them is my role is not just related to sales and selling product, but more consulting, helping my customer, the companies, and be a person involved in this kind of, I will say, yes, involved in this in new projects.
So, Fabio, tell me, when did you start to see this trend with dress shoes wanting to migrate more toward a more comfortable product?
Well, that's a good question. I think they started about 10 years ago, that the company, the luxury brand, started to consider not only to have a super nice shoes from the outside, but also offering more comfort, like the sneakers or athletic shoes. You know, people and the consumer is highly demanding, especially because they're using a lot of athletic shoes, and they are pretending to have the same comfort also in sneakers and dry shoes.
It sounds like you actually hitting a really important time and opportunity with OrthoLite, because you live in a place where there's amazing quality dress brands, and a lot of them are probably looking for the exact solution that you can offer in terms of that customized comfort. That must be pretty fulfilling when you get to go talk to your customers.
Well, you're right. Because when I visit luxury brands and I introduce a new material, they say, "Wow, I didn't know that. It's very comfortable. It's very soft. That was the material that I was looking for." And I don't want to say that it's pretty easy to get this kind of business because they are always high demanding. But I'm very well supported also from our factory in Spain, OSP, that they are super professional, high quality, and with this kind of teamwork, I can help the luxury to evolve, to elevate their product.
And I'm so glad that you brought up our manufacturing facility in Spain. I was able to visit that after the Lineapel show, as you know, in
Yeah.
early 2023. And the craftsmanship and just artisan approach that they have at that factory must really tie in well for the luxury brands that you serve.
Yeah, you're totally right. The quality is superb. It's fantastic. The attention they pay to the details and the delivery. They are able to stay in to respect the very tight lead time that this a luxury brand, a fashion brand has.
Yep, absolutely. And it must be nice also that it's local
Yeah.
right there in Europe. So that brings me to another point of evolution I wanted to get your take on, which is more sustainable, less impactful product. Are you seeing that as something that luxury is also wanting as well?
Yes, this is a big trend currently in these days. Everybody wants to be more sustainable, and I'm happy we have some great material like recycle. We have the Ivory Plus and Circle. We are responding very well to the demand of the customer and the brands.
That's awesome. And I think about, here we are in the first part of 2023. And I know that we've introduced OrthoLite Circle about a year ago to the footwear industry. And obviously with a new product, it's taken some twists and turns to get to commercialization, but we're getting really close. And I bet that you have several brands, both in sport and in luxury, that would be very excited to work with this material. There's also a lot of materials that are going to be coming into the OrthoLite line to continue to serve people who need these sustainable products. And I'm also just curious to hear, with the factory footprint that we have and the care that we put into HIG and how really, really good care we take of our people. That's also probably a pretty important message, I would imagine, that your customers want to hear in terms of their sustainability and choosing the right partners to put into their footwear.
Yeah, you're totally right. Our customer, they are paying a lot of attention in the sustainability. They're asking me for this new material, new innovation, certification that we are also GRS certified. That's very important to say. Well, of course, also IG Index, we are on 96% on the rating in Vietnam. So we are the only brand of the group that can offer this kind of level of sustainability.
And we're going to
And,
keep improving that, which is exciting.
yeah.
So knowing that, you're from Montebelluna originally, you must be excited about like outdoor sports and an active lifestyle. What are some of the things you like to do when you're not working with OrthoLite?
Well, of course, being in this kind of nice environment, I like to run, spend my time with my dogs. I love my dogs and family, of course. And currently, I'm also studying. I'm increasing my knowledge. I'm doing a master class.
Oh,
So
cool.
I'm pretty busy also from this part of side.
That's awesome. So you have 2 dogs?
3 dogs.
3 dogs. Oh my
Three
gosh, that's a
dogs.
lot.
2 Labrador and one American Akita.
Oh, that's so cool. And you must live in like a beautiful place where they have room to run when you're running as well,
Yes, I'm lucky
outside
to
of a
live.
city.
Yeah, I'm lucky to live in the countryside in some hills with. I have some year around, surrounded by woods, so they have all the space to run and play.
That's awesome. So that's great to learn. And then I will just ask you a couple more things before we wrap up. So, I've been at a few OrthoLite trade shows and meetings with you, and I'm just curious to know because obviously our team loves to like eat and drink, right? Do you have like a favorite thing that you like to eat or order when you're out with clients or your teammates with OrthoLite?
I like steak. I like
Awesome.
steak and sometimes to have a drink, like a gin tonic with friends.
Right. Okay. And honestly, running with our crew, that's pretty important. And what's your favorite part of working with OrthoLite?
I think the most interesting part of working in OrthoLite is the fact that I'm involved in all these new projects from any kind of brands. So
Mhm.
I can know the last trends. I can see new projects that are very interesting and very curious. And also the great things of our group, our team, is the fact that we work together. Even we are working remote, far away from each other, we support. They're very teamwork, and we support each other for the common results.
Absolutely. I've noticed the same thing. And it seems like everybody has a lot of fun while they're doing that too. So that's awesome. Well, I really appreciate your time today. It was awesome to get to know you a little bit better. Oftentimes, especially with somebody who has like a love for technical product and solutions the way you do, we don't get to hear a lot about what it's like to be, around you and hang out. And this interview, I think, gave a lot of really good insight. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Christine.